Hey, it's Micah from the Common Sense Show. I am here today because I am doing another Common Sense Reacts video to Shark Tank. I have my lovely daughter Eden with me,
Hi.
and Eden is here to give her Gen Z perspective on what's going on, basically. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this sip with Prontobev, it's called. And I'm going to, as always, just dig into what I think the investors are thinking, how I think that the presentation could be made better so that it could appeal better, or maybe if they're doing a good job, comment on that to teach you how you can refine your presentation to people who might invest in your business at some point in the future. And yeah, that's why we're here. So we're going to get right into it and we're going to listen to the presentation. Here we go.
Next into the tank is a product that provides an ice-cold beverage exactly when you want it.
Sharks, my name is Alexander Simone. I'm an inventor from San Francisco. I'm here today seeking $100,000 as an investment for 5% of my company, Pronto Concepts.
Okay, so first, I hope he has some sales because he has $100,000 investment he's looking for. 5% stake in his beverage company, which puts his valuation at approximately about $500,000 or so. If my math is right, no, maybe it's one. Sorry, it's about $5 million for his company. So he should have hopefully some sales in about the 800 to $1 million range. Oh, before I start this, Eden, I want you to confirm for everybody watching, did I see this video before we started?
No. This is his first time seeing it, so.
All right, because I had some people comment that, oh, how do we know that you're not looking at this because I'm predicting the right thing? So, anyway, so it's about like I said, about a $5 million valuation, 100,000 on 5%. So let's see. He better have sales. I'm just saying, and this presentation had better be good.
My invention solves a problem that millions of wine lovers all over the world face every day. Wine lovers love their wine chilled. They also love their wine in the moment. But the best spontaneous beverage, ironically, requires the most preparation and foresight. That's why I invented Prontobev. Behold, the world's fastest wine chiller. As soon as you pour any bottle into Prontobev, the wine-grade stainless steel interior jumpstarts a rapid heat transfer process. Sommeliers, or wine experts, recommend that each variety of wine be chilled to its own specific temperature, which truly unlocks the flavors within. Prontobev's built-in thermometer monitors your wine so you get that perfect temperature every single time.
So my first thought is that he had better have some data to prove it out. Obviously, he's gonna pour the sharks some glasses of wine so they can see how chilled it has become. The issue with this, let me think of benefits and issues. The benefits are that you can chill wine faster, which makes it taste better. Obviously, some wines in particular. The drawbacks of this could be that a person or a company who has this may not have the storage for it. This to me seems like internet sales, like e-commerce gift for someone like at its best. So like a VLC, is it VLC? Um, a whatever the sales channel is on television, kind of gift. What do you think, Eden? Think it's a gift item?
I do think it's a gift item because it's definitely not something where you go out in the store and you're like, "Oh, I see that, I need that." I mean, depending on who you are, if you're the type of person to go into Target and grab everything, then yeah, you probably would grab that. But I think it's kind of something that seems a bit unnecessary, so I feel like it would be more of like a gift you would get. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so let's see if he's patent pending or if his patent has been issued, which is going to be interesting to see here.
Prontobev can chill a bottle up to 20 degrees in just 30 seconds. Before Prontobev, the only way to choose from your wine collection and enjoy immediately was to own a wine refrigerator.
And just so you know, who do I think he's going to be targeting? Obviously, Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary is in the wine space. Look out for him to say that when he responds to this guy. But his cost to manufacture that specific cooler and his cost of selling it is going to be a critical factor here. So if right now it's costing him a lot to manufacture it and he has low margins, we'll see how this goes.
Well, there we have it. Perfectly chilled wine. So, Sharks, when it comes to your
Mark
wine
looks like he's
and when
not
it comes to
all
your
that
money,
thrilled by this.
would you be waiting around or do you need it pronto?
Right.
All right, would you like to come up?
Benefit of the presentation is that it wasn't too long. Whenever you're pitching in front of investors, you have to get to it within, I would say, well, you want to get to the heart of it, like immediately, what the product is, what problem it solves, and who your target market is, really, really quickly. He didn't really mention the target market, but it's kind of obvious because it's wine drinkers, so that's a specific target.
Come up and check out the before and after version?
I do.
Come on up. And just to let you know, this prototype's actually not food grade, but it should be safe. I drink from it all the time. Like
It should be.
It should be safe.
So we have our first speed bump right here. Is that it's not food grade. That is a problem because food grade stainless steel is important to make sure that the consumer is safe from any metals or any leakage that might come into it. But here's the other thing. Liability, lawsuits, if it's not food grade, illness, that could come back on the company. Expect them to talk about liability because it's not food grade, number one. And if it's not food grade, I perhaps expect him to cite the cost associated with food grade testing or materials as a reason why it's not food grade. But he's about to get laughed out the building right now. And
Yeah.
Say.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I think I'd like to see what his excuse is as to why he hasn't, invested in that, and if he will.
Is it cold, Kevin?
It's beyond chilled. It's cold.
Is it the right temperature?
It's the right temperature for a white.
Could I have some wine, please?
I'll be your server. Okay,
But
continue
you
with
drank
the
out of
pitch.
that. Damon, do you want a glass?
Please, thank you.
Mark?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Mr. John?
You?
Mr. Cuban?
So you were saying you don't have like the right one here, right? So is this not?
Okay, another issue. If you're going to pitch an investor on a product, have the product there. Don't bring in something that they can't touch, feel, see. And that's a problem. You want to bring it in when you come in to pitch them.
Not even in production yet.
It's not in production yet.
What?
Remember how he came in and he asked for $100,000 for 5% of a company? Okay, so here's the problem. He hasn't demonstrated that people wanted this yet. Typically, you need some sales on some level. You don't have to be crushing it. The thought that you have to be crushing it to get someone to invest in you is false. But it's nice to see that the product has traction. It's called traction. Traction is that the consumer, the market wants what you have to sell, and that there's people willing to part with money to get it.
What's the material that holds the temperature delta?
Behind the stainless steel is our trade secret Pronto Gel.
Is that patented?
We have a provisional patent on it, yes.
Okay.
How did you come up with this idea?
I was back in college trying to drink a bottle of wine with a girl, and the wine was warm. So me being kind of like the inventor type, I grabbed a pasta strainer, I filled it with ice, poured the wine through, and amazingly the wine was super cold, super fast. And we go to drink the wine, and it was just horribly disgusting.
When you did that, you also diluted the
I
white with
ruined
the
wine.
ice.
Yeah.
So that is a huge issue in chilling white wines. This doesn't dilute it, which is a good thing. And I know that because I'm a member of the Chevalier du Testament, and we care about the temperature of our wines.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that.
To the Chevalier.
Just to vote.
Cheers.
I'll have some of the warm wine.
Okay. Can you tell us where you're at with sales?
Yes. So we just finished our Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign yesterday, and we raised $54,000.
Not a lot
What
of
were you
money.
looking for?
$25,000.
And what does it cost?
On crowdfunding, it's $89. When we're actually selling it, we'll sell it for $129.
Oh.
So, no proof of concept, right, Eden? Didn't I say that?
Yeah.
And so he has no proof of concept. He has sold this to no one. And remember, I said way back that his cost to manufacture this has got to be is probably really high if he's using non-food grade stainless steel in there. And he just said that he manufactures it for $89 and he sells it for $124, which means that his margins are not that great.
No.
Cost us $22 to make.
So if you're
Okay, so
positioning
$22
this product
a
as a wine chiller, basically,
That's not
why do you have to
terrible.
put it back in the bottle?
The way we
That's
can
actually
get
pretty
it
good.
to chill so quickly, it basically is like a cannon blast of cold.
You're
That's-
saying it freezes if you leave it inside
It won't freeze, but the temperature will keep dropping. With any alcoholic drink, there's a perfect temperature. And just to let you know, all of the temperatures are written right on the packaging.
Thank you very much. So you seem to know a lot about wine. What's your background?
I actually studied entrepreneurship
We're at
at Arizona State. I came up with this idea, like I said. I've worked for other startups in the past, but I've known my entire life that I was going to do something like this.
So I have no.
All right, so it's time for me to predict whether or not I think he's going to get an investment. The answer is, I think he's going to get an investment, and possibly from Mr. Wonderful, because that's who his target is. It's possible that Mr. Wonderful does a deal with Lori Grenier because she's the shark that kind of deals with the doing the QVC. I said VLC before, the QVC sales online, or he'll do it by himself. Mr. Wonderful will want a royalty deal, I'm assuming, off of every single one. So Mark Cuban is not really in the space. So we'll see. I think that if I think that anybody's going to be out, it's going to be Damon is going to fall out. And I would have to guess either Robert and Damon are going to fall out. And I think it's going to be up to Mr. Wonderful, Lori, and Mark Cuban.
No idea why people aren't really going over this valuation. So let's look at the crowdfunding platform you're on. You only sold $54,000
In
worth.
2 months, the first 2 months.
Do you have some other stuff that's going to give us a reason to get to a $2 million valuation?
There is another reason. So one of our biggest competitors,
$2
they're
million.
also a wine
So I
chiller,
adjusted mine from
but they
to
take
$1.5
way
million.
longer, and
It's
there
$2
are other
million.
drawbacks to the product that Prontobev has a lot of advantages over.
What does the competition cost?
What does it cost? They charge $80,
They're doing how much in business?
10 to 20 million a year.
10 to 20 is a big
That's a
swing.
big range.
Yeah.
But, so you believe that that's why you're worth $2 million? All
I see our product as being worth far more than that.
right. You've been watching Shark Tank.
Never ever come into an investor and say, I believe that I have the best product in the world or the best service in the world because I believe that someone is already buying, making $20 million from this. I believe that my product will do $80 million. It's not how business works. This is why testing your product is important. So, Eden, do you think that they're going to obliterate him for not having tested this in the market? Really?
I definitely think that'll affect their decision as to whether they even invested it at all. Because if you're not testing it, then how do you even know it will work? Like in any aspect, period, no matter what the product is, if you do not test it, you will fall short somewhere.
Okay, let's see.
Where did we go wrong? Why do you think we would ever invest in a company at this level with a $2 million valuation?
No proof of concept. I remember that one of the first things I said is that he had better come with some kind of sale in order to get money, an investment from them for that kind of valuation. However, I could see Mr. Wonderful still investing in this because he's in the wine business, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. However, because Mr. Wonderful is about money, he may back out at the last minute and say, there's just too much work here. I can't save it, blah, 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 but we'll see.
This company has only one direction to go, and that's up.
Well, then I failed you because I obviously am not giving the right lessons here and the right information because I don't want you
He's
to go
about to
into
be
another
out.
room and make a stupid mistake like that. Valuation is crazy. I'm out.
Wait, did I predict that Damon
One
was
of the
going to be out?
challenges I have
Yeah.
working with inventors. When you're an inventor first and an entrepreneur second, you want to invent.
Yeah.
But the harder part
Did I
is
predict
turning
that
it
Cuban
into a
was gonna be out
company
too?
that's profitable enough to make it worthwhile
I think
valuing
so.
this company at $2 million.
Maybe not.
I just don't see that. I don't see it going there. And so for those reasons, I'm out.
Oh, that hurts, Mark. It would have been a great
Sorry.
partner.
I think I said it would be Lori and Mr.
a great
Wonderful.
product that you're very passionate about doesn't make a great company. Then your evaluation isn't trivial. It's just way too soon for me. I mean,
Yeah, it's really early.
I'm out, but I think the only person that would be interested would be a wine expert. What do you call a wine expert?
Cavalier de Testevin.
A great reason to toast.
That's funny.
Okay, Alexander, I don't care what you think it's worth, all right? I know the challenges of getting into the wine business.
Oh,
There's
see, didn't I tell you this?
competition, very little.
I said if he doesn't give him the valuation, that he's probably going to come up with some other way to do this, or because he's all about the money, or he's just going to say, I can't help you.
Of its proprietary. But I see the merit of it. I would use it. There's more good news. I'm going to make you an offer. And it's the only offer I'm going to make. Not going to negotiate. Okay?
Oh, I knew it was going to be strict.
I'm going to go and give you $100,000. I want 50%.
Woo! 50%.
Wow.
You know why? Because you don't know what you don't know. And you really need somebody to actually endorse this and help you get it out there.
Yeah, but
Yep,
this
that's
price
true.
Hold
also.
on.
He's not
I
wrong.
have some good news and some bad news.
Uh-oh.
What do you want first?
Give me the bad news first.
Bad news first. I'm out.
He kind of stepped
What's
into
the
that
good
one.
news from that?
I'll tell you the good news. The good news is I think you have something clever. And I think that it has merit. I went out because I think that there's a lot of time and education and learning and tweaking for you to get to a price point that I think will be a hero.
Yeah.
But
Are you
I do
still
think
out?
you have the potential to get there, and you have a member of the
Now listen, Alexander.
All right,
you do
this
have an
I think
offer.
this
What do you
thing
want
needs
to
to be
do?
under $50, like
There's no way
$49.
I have any flexibility. I've been doing this my whole life. Look,
And you can't give up 50% of
well,
the company.
it's not a company.
It's Alexander's
say-
discussion with Kevin.
Kevin, if I gave you 50% of my company,
Right.
it would be doomed from that moment.
Why?
Because I need equity to play around with so I can
I give you
raise more money if I
50%.
need to. 50%
Is
is not
there a better partner than me? Is there?
20%.
No, No.
Sign no negotiation.
I take you out of the wastelands, the darkness. I bring you to the light. Darkness, light. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. You have a high probability of making money versus you walk out the door without a deal, and you are so dead to me, I won't even remember this thing.
Mark hates when people give up equity like this. What is he going to do, Eden? Come on. Can't sit on the fence. This show is about reaction and prediction.
I don't know.
His presentation was pretty good.
It.
You can't say if. You got to say what you think.
I don't know. I don't think he'll take it.
All right. 50% is a lot to give up at the beginning of your company. And it means that someone else is the equal partner for you for 100,000. Who knows how much you put in. But the other thing is 50% of a $20 million, $40, $50 million business is a lot more is a lot better than 100% of nothing. So he has to weigh the fact that he's bringing in a partner that's sophisticated in the wine business like Kevin O'Leary, and that he could do something with this. We'll see.
I'm willing to negotiate, but I need to keep some equity.
You're
A,
right.
for myself,
Yeah,
because
don't
I
be
should have the
greedy.
That's
majority.
business school
And
101.
B, so I can go and raise the other 100,000. I have interested people in the other 100,000.
Look, if you had come more advanced with sell-through and proven sales, that's different.
Right.
I would have given you more credit, maybe had flexibility. You have none of those things, okay?
Kevin, are you stuck at the
I
50%?
said at the beginning, Robert, I have no flexibility.
Then give him 200,000 or 250,000.
Yeah, give him the
No.
extra 100,000.
How do I
he
raise
needs.
the money, Kevin? If you're my partner, this needs to happen. Where am I going to get the other 100,000?
I get diluted too.
So we
Maybe
all
I'll go in on that round. Maybe I'll put more money into it.
Yeah,
But
now
I'm
he owns
starting.
less than 50%. It's not his company anymore. That's
Yeah,
his
then you
point.
can
Cry me a
more.
river, Mark. Yes or no, Alexander?
You won't budge at all because you're giving me no
None.
wiggle
Zero.
room here.
It's binary, yes or no. This is your moment. You decide.
Wow.
What's your next product, Alexander?
Our next product is a
What are you
martini
talking to
shaker
him for? He's already out.
that chills martinis.
You know, the problem with the martini business is why
to get into the martini side of it.
Mark
and
might
to
cut
do
him-
this and get it out,
cut him
you need
short.
$100,000.
Right.
How are you going to get the other 100?
We have people who are interested. I know I can get the other 100,000. I
Okay,
know I can.
I'll give you $100,000 for 25%, contingent that you raise the other 100.
Yeah.
Done.
Wow. At the last minute, he's gonna say you're dead to me.
You got to work your ass
I
off,
will.
okay?
I will. I really will.
All right, Alexander.
Look how mad he is. He lost that one. Well, Eden, what did you learn?
I learned that you better come with something if you're gonna ask for that much money. Like I think that his biggest problem was that he had nothing. He had no experience essentially. He had no testing. It was a miracle he even got the deal that he got.
Yeah, it is. It's true. So, teaching lesson for all those out there: if you are going to try to raise money through an investor, know your numbers, get some traction first. So when you do an initial raise before you try to get more money from like an investor, try to get some traction, someone that can buy your product or service and who's willing to actually spend the money up front because they believe in you. At least try to get some sales down. You don't have to be crushing it at a certain level of sales, but you do need some traction that shows that people want this in the marketplace, and that's going to be critically important. So that is, you know, at least he got a deal. I think that you know, Kevin O'Leary is sitting there and he's steaming. He's mad that he didn't get the deal, but you know, it is what it is, and honestly, you snooze, you lose, and kind of that's what happened to Kevin O'Leary.
Alrighty then.
That's what happens when you snooze, you lose. All right, so another episode of the Common Sense Show. If you like what you've seen, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Those are the YouTube things that you should do if you like this show. And by the way, you should check out some of the other reactions to some of the other Shark Tank episodes. I think that you'll enjoy those. But for now, I'm out of here. Peace. Eden, you gonna say bye?
Bye.